Hey guys, so before we do anything, I just want to start with an introduction. Because for the past few months, I've been working on this game called the Eyestalk. And if you don't know what the Eyestalk is, let me just explain. So basically, it's an RPG story game where you have to get your memories back by defeating the Eyestalk. But obviously, it's not going to be that easy. So you're going to have to adventure through all these different areas just so you can beat them. And keep in mind, the areas I just showed in back of me are not going to be all the areas in the game. There's going to be way more content than what I've shown here today. But enough of the introductions. We got things to do. So, first things first, I want to thank all the people that have been helping me with my game so far. And to do that, I've prepared a list of people and what they have done for my game. So let me just list them out now. So first, I will list the playtesters that helped me play the game when I had to do other things. So, first one is Liam DeUcra. He was the one that made this thing to help the playtesters get together and play the game. So big shout out to him. Next, we got Era Viretti Gunturu 55. I hope I said that right. Well, they also helped playtest the game. Then we got DCCB007. They helped play the game. Then we got Keelan Miller. He was a really good helper for this game. Then we got Le de Batache. I, I probably didn't say that right, but it doesn't matter. Well, thanks to the playtesters for playing the game. Now let's move on to the people who actually want to be inside the game. So for these people, I met some of them in real life and some of them I met online. So this will be interesting. So let's start with the first person, Vimlark. He is a popular streamer on Twitch. He plays people's games and gives feedback. So thanks to him. He's the one with the purple hair. You'll see him in game. Next we got Massimo. He is my friend at school and I put him in the game because he wanted to be. Then we have Charles and Alex, same thing as Massimo. Then we got Jewel and Old Nauvoo. Those two people are very special because they have been in the game since I first created it like a year ago. So this game is pretty old and they have helped me since the beginning, so special thanks to them. Anyways, it's time to move on to the real helpers, the one who have done the most work inside this game since the newer version has been created. Well, anyways, it's time to list the real special people that have been helping me with the game the most so far. So, these are the most important helpers to the game that have been helping me with a lot of stuff. So, the first one is the Anvils. He's been helping me with music and other stuff for a very long time. So, thanks to him for helping me with that. Then we have Flare Launch. Recently, I've had him make some music for the game, including the main menu music that you will hear once you start up the game. You might have already seen it from Devlog 14 if you listen to the new music called Hill's Piece at the beginning. He makes really good music, so thanks to him. Then we have Bad Kitty. He is a helper for the game. He's made the end credit scene. He's helped me make that. So thanks to him because now I'm able to make all the endings easily with the way he did it. And anyways, next we have Unkazar678. He's also been maybe helping with the music a little bit, but he's mostly helped me with my Discord server and preparing everything. So he's basically the planner for the whole thing. So thanks to him for that. And then obviously me. I did the whole code and everything, so thanks to me. Now that that's done with and we're done with all the introduction stuff, it's time to start with some stuff about the game that you guys might not already know. So for starters, let's talk about prequels and sequels, stuff like that. So right now, you already know about the Eyestalk, right? But you probably have the question like, is there gonna be like a prequel to the game or a sequel to the game? Well, the only thing that I can say is that there will be a sequel. I don't know about prequel, but there will be a sequel to the game. Oh, it's like it's hard to explain. It's like a sequel and a prequel. That might be like a little lore hint, but you guys have to find out why that it's a sequel and a prequel at the same time. Okay, now that I got that out of the way about like sequels and prequels or something, now it's time for the real good stuff. We are going to be talking about gameplay that hasn't even been made yet, but I've already planned out. So I'm going to tell you a bunch of new things that I have to plan, but not too much because I can't tell you everything. First things first, let's talk about like gameplay and new art and stuff that I'm planning. So, first thing is there is going to be another village in the game, yes, with like a bunch of side quests. Well, not side quests, like main quests, but most of them are going to be side quests. If you do these side quests, you'll obviously get gold, but you will even get like mini bits of lore for doing it. And there will be a thing in this new village where if you finish everything, and gain the trust of the village chief, then you will get to go to the village chief and ask him special questions that no one would be able to find unless you beat all the side quests, all the main quests, and the mini boss that's going to be in this village. Only the stuff in the village, though, not everything. That would be too much. Also, talking about mini boss, I have a brand new boss design I want to show you for that mini boss. This will be the first time I ever leak art before it's been in the game, like officially. So, let me introduce you to the newest character in the lore. Here is the new Shadow Boss, or his other name.
影の問題
This is a Japanese boss I call Kage no Mondai. He's a he's the shadow boss. I mean, it's pretty obvious from what I said at the beginning, but this is gonna be a mini boss in the village that you have to defeat to gain the chief's trust eventually. So if you guys want that lore, you guys just gotta beat this guy. But now that we've got art, gameplay, and other stuff out of the way, how about we answer some of your guys' questions before we end the video? I mean, that would be nice, right? So I've gotten a few questions on this list, and I will list them out. So the first questions are by the Anvil, one of my music producers. Um, his first question is, are you still working on Mono? I assume Mono Laboratories. And then, what's the story of the game, Eyestalk? Well, for the first question, that's kind of tough to say. I have lots of things going on right now, but I am still working on it. Don't worry about that. But it will only like be like the next chapter will only probably be published after I finish this game and a few others. But uh, don't worry, I'm still working on the lore with my friend at school. And yeah, I also have school going on, so that's a thing. So I want to focus on one game for now. Maybe like small games now and then, but Mono Laboratories is too big to just work on it whenever I want. This game is like a one shot thing, unless I make a prequel or sequel. But besides that, this project is gonna be shorter than Mono Laboratories, and I've already made like what 5 chapters to Mono Laboratories or 4. But yeah, so that's the answer. Am I still working on it? Yes. As for the second question, well, that's pretty easy. Well, I can't explain it fully, but I can explain some of it, like the main story that why you're going to get your memories. So, it's gonna be a little hard to explain, but without saying the lore, but you're basically someone who lost his memories, He lied about being an adventurer so that he wouldn't get like suspicious, and then he went on an adventure to try and get his memories back, and and then you have to figure out the story too while fighting monsters. So he's also trying to find out where these monsters came from. So what's the story of the Mono Laboratories? I mean not Mo. Sorry. The Eyestalk. The story is that you lose your memories and you want to get them back because you feel like you're missing something. Okay, so the next question is being asked by Gary Beb or Proper Duck. So he says, cringe style, otherwise known as the programmer art, has a certain level of charm that isn't appreciated by everyone. What inspired you to go with this design choice? Well, first of all, I wouldn't call the art style of this game cringe. It's like it's my own style that no one else has ever had, I think. But the style of why I chose this style, well, I didn't really choose this. I have an artist that is actually helping me with all of this, so I don't really need to do the art necessarily. I do some of the art, but I have an artist that's already doing the art for me, so this is technically not programmer art. But as for the reason why this art style was chosen, it's because it's a simple style, easy to animate, easy to, you know, make dialogue and stuff. So, like, simple shapes, simple lines, makes everything easier, but it still looks nice. So, that's the reason why I chose this style, because it's easy, nice to use, and it has its own unique style. This next question is also by Gary Beebe. Yeah, he's been asking quite a bit of questions, but the next one is, why did you choose Scratch over any other engine? Do you feel that it's holding you back? Like you have ran into any limitations that you are forcing to change directions or alter your design document to fit the game engine? Well, surprisingly, no, because I am technically not using Scratch. I am using a better and more updated version of Scratch that's a whole nother site called Penguin Mod. It does it does a lot of things that Scratch could never do, and it's making my life so much easier coding on Scratch. For the reason why I don't intend changing my thing yet, well, I am eventually going to change, at least that's what I think, to another game engine. But for now, I'm going to be coding this game in Penguin Mod, not Scratch. It has the same things as Scratch, but it does better things than Scratch could ever do. I mean, eventually Scratch will probably be able to do those things, but right now, Penguin Mod is better than what most people could usually do. So, the do I have any limitations? That's changing. Like, do I have to change my design based on my game engine? No, actually. I just chose a style because it looks nice, and because it's easier to animate. No matter what site I would be in, like if I was on Unity or Unreal, I would still use this style because it's easier to animate rather than moving limbs and everything, setting up all the bones and stuff. Like, this is easier to me. Another question by Gary Beebe is, what would you do if your game became a cult classic like Baldi's Basics? Well, there's a lot of things I would do if I was that popular. First of all, I would share my YouTube so that people go subscribe to it and want to see more of the game. Second, I would probably, get money and use that money to help the game out, and, well, whatever money that goes to the game, I'm giving to everyone who helps make the game. So I'm not gonna take any money, and everyone else on the team is gonna get the money. I know I'm the one mostly working on the game, but They're doing most of the jobs. Like without them, the game would probably not be as good as it is. So yeah. Like what else would I do? I mean, I would probably make a sequel prequel, the second game. I'll basically make a second game if that happens. Like as soon as that happens, I will probably instantly start working on this. I will probably stop doing every other project I'm doing and just work on this. I know like people want to see more Mono Labora toys, but that's only if that becomes more popular. Like whatever is the most popular, I'm probably gonna work more on because, I mean, I'm doing this one even though it's not popular because I really like this project and I want it to continue. So that's your answer. I would I would use the popularity to have YouTubers play it because that'd be fun to see YouTubers play my game. Well, now that we're done with those questions, it's time to answer some questions my playtesters have asked themselves. This is going to be pretty interesting. I'm only going to put some of them on here, but you guys will probably want to answer, I mean, not answer, ask these yourself. So, the first question from one of my playtesters is, should we make a multiplayer game to go with this game? Like, it would be. So my response was like, multiplayer does sound interesting in many ways. However, it's very hard to actually make multiplayer work, especially with the way I make my game. So maybe in the future I will make a version where you can like grind levels, fight friends online, be able to customize your characters, stuff like that with your friends. Maybe even have like you could fight your friends in a duel if you challenge them. But I don't think anytime soon there's going to be an online version. Next, we have uh, are there going to be more NPCs that we are going to trust in the game? So, well, half yes, half no. There are going to be some new characters, but most of them are probably not going to help you out. They'll probably give you like side quests and then give you gold or stuff. You can learn new abilities, but they're not going to like help you out, like walk around with you. We will be able to trust most of them, but some of them will be bad. So don't trust everyone. Like for example, during the final battle, there will be like a special attack you can use to finish off the boss. But you guys will figure that out in another game. Um, well, is this game gonna be a horror game, like scary or gore, like blood or whatever stuff, horror stuff? Yeah. But there can be a button to disable it. Well, that originally was the plan. This game was originally gonna be a horror game, but I feel like that making blood and gore is not necessary with the game style I'm using. Even if there was an option to disable it, it would take a long time to implement the blood splatter and everything. And my style of game just doesn't suit blood. Um, eh, it would also practically never be used by the player unless he was hit. Like, if you were playing a game and never got hit, there'd be no reason to add blood. Like, what's the point if you never get hit? Because, as in the lore, uh, the player dies by being squashed by a rock and he has no blood left. But he was made into a robot and he has no blood. So what am I supposed to do with that? There's no blood in him. Okay, and then here is the last question of this video. Are we gonna be releasing teaser trailers for the game when then we release the actual trailer, or are we doing it on Scratch or YouTube? Well, that's a trick question. I could make one on Scratch and post it on YouTube, or I could just record some gameplay and post it on YouTube as a trailer. But I could literally just record some stuff, tease it, However, my choice is going to be making like a fake video on Scratch about the game and then posting it on YouTube because I don't want to show any gameplay that isn't needed. So I will make like an animation, some of it of the backstory that will be a teaser to the game. However, this does mean it will take longer to make, but I'm fine with that because the actual trailer will be like with the gameplay. So you guys are going to be ready for that. Anyways, it looks like my time is up. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more devlogs, just like and subscribe to me. This took like, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours to make this animation. And I had to do this in one day. So you please like this took me a while. Like comment under the video if you have any questions about the game and maybe I'll make another video like this with your guys' questions in it. All you have to do is put it in and I'll see you later. Bye.